Hi, Capricorn Rising. It's me, Chloe Oracle, and I'm here with your Taurus season cosmic forecast. I'm so glad you're here. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm an oracle. I practice psychic mediumship to connect people with their ancestors, their loved one in spirit. I am a tarot reader, connecting people in with the insight of their higher selves. And I also love astrology, providing soul map, natal chart readings for people to best support them in living in alignment with their purpose. And today we are going to be tuning into the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. This is at 21 degrees Taurus, one day after the sun moves from Aries into Taurus this year. So that'll be on April 21st. No, that'll be on April 20th, and Taurus season begins on April 20th this year. So this is coming up pretty quick. It's a pretty major astrological event. So I'm going to tune in for Capricorn rising and provide you with some guidance and support, maybe some practical actions you can take and speak to the energies that the collective is feeling, but also that you are encountering as an individual, right? So I'm definitely getting that Capricorn rising is feeling called to show up this month. Okay. Public persona, which is something that I think you're pretty good at owning regardless. Like obviously, Capricorn relates to public life, whereas your sister sign Cancer is like private life. We have like outer world, inner world, moon, Saturn. So this is not something that's like entirely unusual or unknown for you, Capricorn rising, like putting yourself out there. Yeah, so considering there's like a focus on your public life this month during Taurus season, this could be, something like work, career, job. I think that's pretty likely considering it's where we spend most of our time outside of the home, unfortunately. I do see that there could be, yeah, like a reason to speak up because we're not getting credit where credit is due. So it could be a little bit of a tricky one. I am supporting us this month with the Tarot of the Witch's Garden deck, which I feel is like so Taurus, right? Okay, so for you specifically, Capricorn rising, I'm sensing a difficult conversation needs to be had at work, or in the public sphere. So depending on how public of a person you are, I mean, yeah, there could be like professional public figures tuned in to this YouTube channel. That's entirely possible. I don't doubt it. But for the majority of us, I mean, that's why I say work, because that is our public life. That's our public persona is going to be work, right? So you're at work, you're not getting credit where credit is due. And in order for things to change and for the course to be corrected, we do need to, yeah, have some conversations and potentially speak up for ourselves. So knowing the facts, getting the facts straight before we go into this debate to speak our truth, that's going to be, yeah, incredibly supportive for us. And I think bringing a bit of heart into the matter as well is going to be something that's worth considering. Um, like when we're debating or getting our facts in order and we're ready to like defend ourselves, there's absolutely that yeah, that intellectual aspect to it, right? Which I'm not going to deny. Like this is going to be something that strategically is like an intellectual debate, but it's worth considering, yeah, like the emotion and the relationships that are involved too. So don't just discount your feelings entirely. Perhaps this could be a time, maybe even when you want to analyze your feelings a little bit and see how maybe you've been putting up with this for too long, or, someone's being mistreated, or there could be like a power dynamic issue, which I mean, what workplace doesn't have that, right? So, anyways, what I'm getting at is the focus is on this difficult conversation, being strategic, being logical, and preparing your debate, but we don't want to get entirely lost in the context around, relationship, like boss and employee or colleagues and peers. And like there's something coming up about the relationships as well, and being connected in with your heart when you're putting together your debate, getting your facts straight. So, yeah, it could be like a tricky month for you at work, but I do see this resolving, provided we, take the actions that we're called to take. Um, yeah, like a lot of the other rising signs I've already recorded readings for. There's also stuff coming up around reciprocity, overconsumption, grounding. So I'm going to include that as well too, because I'm continuing to pull the same cards over and over again, which is just, I mean, I have not even ever seen this before. It's wild. So considering your context is going to be professional, public life this month, we can again assume that this is going to relate to this ongoing issue in the workplace that is asking you to be resolved. So someone not being fairly compensated, that time versus money versus energy, that whole like equation needs to be reconsidered. You have the facts. You can feel into it. You can trust your emotions. You understand the relationship dynamics at play, but the issue, yeah, is really related to reciprocity or like lack of proper compensation. So, I mean, definitely fits for the workplace. And then the bit about like ungroundedness or overconsumption, that's been coming up for everyone. So I'm thinking it speaks likely to like Taurus season and how, we have set our new moon intentions or like spring equinox, Aries season, hit the ground running, cardinal fire. We've got our, intentions set. And now we're kind of like stabilizing into them and like not slowing down or getting lazy, but time to like really ground into the practical and like, okay, if I'm going to make this happen, if this is what I'm calling in, what practical steps, what action steps do I actually need to take this month, to make that happen? And just watch out as far as like, yeah, consumption goes. That's a big theme too. So I wish you best of luck in this difficult workplace conversation. And I hope that this was helpful and resonant. And I'll see you in the next video, Capricorn Rising. Thanks for tuning in.